everyone, and welcome to Stoked, the ultimate Star Trek online podcast. My name is Chris, and this is episode 115, and I want to say good morning to all of the beautiful folks in the JBLive.tv chat room have joined Stoked live this Saturday morning to rock through this episode, and they'll be joining us most likely for a little live gameplay we're doing later on, so look at everybody go. Good morning, everybody. Thanks for joining us today. All right, so this episode is sort of a transition episode for the show. We're changing gears because, honestly, the last 5 weeks of Stoked have really been built around the new featured episodes. Well, those are done now, and so it's time for the show to shift gears. We're going to focus on new things coming to the game that I think you guys are going to be interested in. We're going to continue to try to chase down bugs and work with the developers on those. We're also going to try to keep bringing the developers on and have more of those chats because I love getting the insider scoop directly from the source. But also, we're going to focus on a lot of how-tos, guides, tips, tutorials, and things like that. In fact, some of the first ones coming up over the next couple of weeks will be a guide to efficiently mining dilithium in the game, and also an in-depth look at the DOF system. And I would like to hear your input on both of those things. If you have a great system for one of those things, or if you have ideas or anything that might be in that range, email us stoked@jupiterbroadcasting.com, and we'll try to integrate that feedback directly into the tutorials as we roll those out over the next couple of weeks. We're also going to focus on Foundry content and try to bring some of the best stuff in the Foundry up to the surface, so those of you out there who are itching to play new missions every week, we'll have those throughout the weeks. We won't have one every episode, but from time to time, you'll see a visit from the Foundry files, guys. But in this week's episode, we're going to do something kind of fun. Of course, all of you know the new Bortosk and Odyssey-class starships hit the game this week. And, well, if indications are what I'm seeing in Sector Space, a lot of you have jumped in. But I know some of you are still waiting to hear the Stoked review. So in the second half of this show, we'll get a live gameplay with the folks in the JB Live chat room. We'll do a few PvP matches. Once I feel like I've blown up the Odyssey a few times, then I'll come back on here. I'll give you my review of those ships. And then at the end of the show, Mav's coming back. He's going to join us for community feedback. There's a shield exploit that's out in the game right now he's going to let you know about, as well as another bug that's out there. And a little tease for a future developer interview that we're going to have in an up-and-coming community feedback. And that'll be towards the end of the show. And we're also retooling Tactical View for these live gameplay events. For the last 5 weeks, the Tactical View segment has been used to talk about the featured episodes. Now I'm going to take that segment and I'm going to use it to do live gameplay events whenever that happens. And I encourage you to join us over on the live stream so you can go in there and get a chance to blow me up. Because you never know, your kill shot of me might be the one that makes it into the show. And that would be pretty cool. But I will just mention this because Stoked is exclusively supported by the viewers. We don't have advertisers for this show. So I do bring this up from time to time. If you would like to support future developments of Stoked, and you never know, we might even have some travel plans in the future that we need help financing, but I'll wait to tell you about those. You can do so by going over to jupiterbroadcasting.com and scrolling all the way down to the very bottom of the site. You will see that we have links for Amazon US, UK, ThinkGeek, Audible.com, Best Buy, Mint.com, and also we now have a new Chrome extension that will automatically tag your shopping session at any one of those stores so that when you buy something, it doesn't cost you anything more, but Jupiter Broadcasting gets a small percentage of your purchase, and it's a nice way to give us a little something while you're getting yourself a little something from any one of those sites. And it's always easier if you do have Chrome because you can just use that extension, although rumor has it a Firefox extension might be in development as well. Okay, now that I've done the obnoxious help us continue development of this show, I say it's time we move on to Tactical View.
Mav Masher, we'd like that ribbon.
Just a mustache ribbon.
You know, I don't know who else has the new Odyssey, but when you pull up your character sheet, does it not show the image right? Because I'm seeing all kinds of weird... I don't know what I'm looking at.
I got caught off guard. I was too busy looking at the ship. Oh, God!
Holy smokes, they're everywhere.
Oh, no! Jeez, the ship's almost bigger than the explosion animation. I had my UI off. I was looking at the saucer sep. I might have got caught off guard.
So, again, you've
Kinda.
been walking around, flying around a map, staring at the scenery and getting your ass blown up. Come on, Chris.
It's not my fault. It's pretty. Hey, you know what? Hey, you know what? I'm a machine. I'm just a little sleepy. I'm not in my PJs is the problem.
Yeah, it's not breakfast time.
It was worth it going UI free. That's a good battle. See what I do for you guys? I did that for you. I did that for you. You know, you guys make me cry on the inside.
That's the plan.
Uh-oh.
In fact, I haven't gotten through my day good enough until I make you do that.
Guess what? The cursor isn't larger out here. Oh, God! Hey, sweet. I need a Cardassian lockbox. Need.
Oh, nice. I have it. I'll give you 100 C-store points for it.
Needsies.
I actually, if you got one.
Oh, how fitting, the IKS spam engine. It would.
I blame Lindsay.
That's my fault.
Hey, a lockbox!
Oh, first one.
Eat warp core, bastard! I'm gonna take everybody out one by warp core explosions. I love the windows. I mean, I know both bridges have windows, but look at that. How slick is that?
This time rather than my Vortex.
This is really just a great bridge. Look at this.
Yeah, Chris, did you notice that the captain's ready room in the Odyssey Bridge has an open door policy?
Yeah.
So it's the Bortasku? Is that what it is? Is that what you're telling me, Ted?
Vortex, yeah, that's it.
Bortasku? No, he's saying the U is pronounced.
There's little micro projectors. Oh, I didn't see that before. There's little micro projectors behind that have little projection light things that come out from the panels. This was one of my favorite ones with these 3D circles on it. Oh, this is just slick. So there you have it. I made sure I blew up the Odyssey a few times just that way I could fully test the explosion animation on this big ship, a critical component in the game. Actually, my walkaway impressions of the Odyssey are this is a great ship in the sense that a lot of time and attention and detail went into this. I mean, you guys all remember back to the very genesis of this thing with Design the Next Enterprise, and then coming out, we get the free version in the 2-year, and now we get the C-Store version. And I did buy the full C-Store bundle for the Odyssey. I haven't got the Bortosk yet because I got to work on my KDF side character. But I'll say this. I really think the detached saucer animation is a lot improved. This new tech looks great. And it also makes the turn rate of the ship a lot better because right now, that's my biggest downside with the Odyssey class is it's a slow turner. And that means I need to adjust my gameplay so I'm more of a support player and not so much up in the thick of it. And even to accomplish that, I need to swap out some of my BOF abilities. I probably need to do some retraining and things like that. I also need to invest in turning and in consoles, anything like that that helps get that turning radius up. I think that'll help. So I'm going to stick with it for a couple of weeks, see if I can sort of adapt my gameplay. But let's talk about the bridge. This is one of my favorite components, and you get that bridge if you buy any one of the 3 ships. This bridge looks like a bridge from the future. The holographic projections of the displays, the transporter room built into the bridge, and of course the lower deck tactical area is so sweet. I also love the slick looking out the windows and seeing the hull. Very well done. I feel very immersed in the future Star Trek world on that bridge. In fact, even before the show started, we had some people from Jupiter Force join me on the bridge, and we just hung out for a while because it's such a cool place to be. Once you get past that, that's sort of that new shiny aspect of it. Does the ship hold up? I think so, especially if you're more of a support player or if you're familiar with these more slower turning ships, I think you'll be fine. And if you equip all 3 consoles and you get a lot of great abilities, it really feels like one of the most powerful ships in the game from the future. And I think that's a good balance. There might be some OP issues, but all in all, I've enjoyed it quite a bit. I would recommend it. I don't recommend every C-Store item that comes out on this show, but this is definitely a recommend. If you're a ship guy like me, too, it's a must-buy. And after I get my hands on the Bortosk, I'll give you guys my opinion on that at some point in the future. And welcome to Community Feedback. Mav joins me for a shotgun edition of Community Feedback this week. We've just got some quick ones. Now, Mav, I know there's a couple of ones we wanted to highlight so people know they're out there. And in some cases, the devs are already working on them. But what do you got for us?
Well, a couple of emails I did receive. One was specifically the ability now to resize your mouse in-game on the UI.
Which is very
nice.
Little
tiny thing.
Yeah.
So it's something that you can actually see. Some people are experiencing, and I wasn't able to replicate it, but we actually do have video of it happening. It's like a slow trail between the two mouse cursors, and it's definitely distracting. It almost is like you have exactly two mouse cursors on the screen, so you're not sure which one is the one in the lead. We will go ahead and submit that with what we have. Like I said, I haven't been able to replicate it. Others are actually experiencing it regularly.
I just switched this morning, so...
yeah, so did I. So I'm going to see if maybe I can replicate it a little bit later, maybe under a different heavy load.
Yeah.
Maybe, I wasn't sure if it was maybe monitor trailing or not. I do have a couple of older monitors. I don't know. But I'm going to definitely take a look into that one.
Okay.
On a good note, those of us who remember when the Jem'Hadar shields first came out, and they were, for whatever reason, the proc that was on the shield, if you slotted a hazard emissions DOF and a shield emissions DOF, you basically had unlimited shields. I mean, you could take damage. If you took enough heavy damage, you still died. Believe me, if you went up against the Borg and they one-shotted you, you knew you were still going to die. But that has been fixed. Well, with that fix, it's no longer proccing evasive maneuvers proc that it was causing. But what's now occurred is that the console for the shield emitter amplifier, the console that gives you plus 35% to shields, is now stacking.
Oh.
Now what I mean by stacking is that, you know, you put that on, you get 35% increase to your from your base level shields. Now, if you throw a second one on, you get an additional 35% from the base, not from the base plus the 20, plus the 35, but an additional. So you can essentially load up with the shield emitter amplifier consoles right now and have an unbelievable amount of shields. Now, this isn't like the shield bug that was with the Jem'Hadar. This, I mean, you're still going to wear down on shields. Cryptic is well aware of this problem. In fact, I sent a direct message to the devs as soon as I was told about it, and they are already aware of it and are preparing to put a patch into it. I don't know when that's going to get fixed.
Okay,
but it is available.
Sounds
right
like
now.
Peregrine Falcon in the chat room is saying it's related to the field generator console, not the shield amplifier.
I'm sorry.
Emitter
I'm
amplifier.
sorry. The shield generator console, right?
Yeah, okay. All right.
The console that gives you plus 35% bonus. If I get the names wrong and I'm wrong on the canon, I apologize.
And it's already being looked at, it sounds like?
It's already being looked at to the best of my knowledge.
All right.
Other than that, there's a couple of, and I know some of you have been sending me emails, especially from the PvP community, questions about the Odyssey and especially the science ability, the one that gives you, I guess, increased accuracy the more you shoot a target. I can't remember what it's exactly called off the top of my head. We're looking into that, doing internal testing. I'm not going to get into too much depth about it right now until we can get something solid down, but we are looking into that one. Also, I was told today that that's also a problem on the Bortask side as well. So there's a balance there, but whether it's considered OP or not, it's not an exploit. It's kind of one of those things where, is it too OP?
Right.
We're going to look into it, and we're going to submit it to the devs and see what they say about it.
Okay. Well, there you go. So that's a couple of quick things we're working on. And, of course, if people have things they want to talk to us about or have opinions of things, there's always the email address you can send your general thoughts to stoked@jupiterbroadcasting.com. And a reminder at the top of, like I mentioned at the top of the show, we want your ideas on efficient dilithium mining and, of course, also anything you want to see covered with the DOF system. We're going to be working on DOF guides for the show, and you can send any of those suggestions that you might have to stoked@jupiterbroadcasting.com as well. All right, Mav. Well, there we go. I think that's it, yeah?
Yeah, the only thing I'm going to say now is with the change of the main ship guy at Cryptic, we are already aware of the new guy who's in place, and we are scheduled to talk to him the first episode of Stoked we have in April.
Oh, okay.
So keep your, if you have questions about ships, variants,
Cool.
new ships, old ships you'd like to see in the game, costumes, holo projectors, whatever, send me your email. Right, let me know what you're interested in as far as ships. I'm going to shoot it to the new ships guy, and we'll get him on the show and see what he's got.
There we go. I'm looking forward to that, Mav. That'll be great. You know me, I'm a big ship guy, so I'll enjoy that one. All right, everyone. Well, I think that just about wraps up this week's episode of Stoked, and we'll be right back here next Saturday. Wait a minute. This show's on Tuesdays. Oh, well, it doesn't really matter. There we go.
Oh, we're live Saturday, but
Yeah.
we're Tuesday.
Yeah, there you go. If we come out on Tuesdays, we're live on Saturdays. That's what's important.
Yes.
We're doing it gangster style. So, yo, welcome to community feedback, y'all. No. Nothing? I get nothing from you on that? I gotta turn off the shield animation, too. I like having the shield HUD up for gameplay purposes, but it doesn't work so good for show visuals.
Now, would this be a precursor to you telling us you're going to turn off your shield ring and then you're accidentally get blown up and then you blame it on not having the visual available?
Well, that's a good idea. See, the problem is I turned off my shield vision. No.